Hi guys, we are going to start seated at the back of the mat, so make your way there. We're going to start seated on the shins. So if this is not comfortable for you, seated position with your legs crossed in front of you will be another option, or you can roll the mat a bit so you have some support under the feet, maybe even bolster or the pillow in between the heels and the glutes. So just make yourself comfortable. Rest your hands on top of the thighs and close your eyes. Take a moment to ground yourself, to center yourself. Scan your body to notice any areas of lightness, any areas of tension. So you can keep that in mind as we move into the practice. Notice all of the points of contact of your body and the mat. Take a moment to notice your breath, the movements of your belly, of your chest, the air entering and leaving the body. Simply notice. Become aware. Giving yourself as much time as you need to arrive on the mat. Whenever you feel ready, you may slowly start opening your eyes. And then drop your hands on the mat in front of you. We are going to warm up the wrists. Tuck your toes under. And start shifting the weight to the back, sitting the hips on top of the glutes, and then forward so the shoulders slant in front of the fingertips. And again, to the back, and forward. Spine is neutral. Look at the mat, maybe even close your eyes. And just move forward and back. Keep breathing. Maybe you want to incorporate Ujjayi breath, so the constriction at the back of the throat. This breath usually allows you to make the inhalations and exhalations a bit deeper, a bit longer. And then come back through center. And this time, point your fingers away from the midline of the mat and simply shift the weight from side to side. And just keep breathing. Take it breath by breath. Enjoy every breath. And then come back through center. This time, point your fingers to the back. And then guide your hips on top of the heels. And just hold. If this is too intense, shift the weight slightly forward or work with one hand at a time. Inhale. And exhale. And then come back through center. Release your hands. Sit back on your heels and then interlace your fingers in front of you and start making some circular movements with the wrists. Shoulders on top of your hips, so we are getting even deeper into the soles of the feet. And then release your hands. If you need, for the next exercises, you can place the blocks next to the hips. You can support yourself with your hands. If you want to play a bit more with balance, then try not using your hands. Find a stable point of gaze in front of you on the mat. Start engaging your core. Shift the weight slightly to the back, and then lift your knees from the mat. Pull them towards your chest. And again, tap the knees as you lean slightly to the back, and then pull your knees to the chest. You're on your toes. Tap your knees, and then pull the knees towards your chest. 2 more. Tap, and in. And again, tap, and in. Knees to the chest. On your next inhalation, extend the arms above the head. And then as you exhale, guide your right arm forward, left to the back. Thumbs are pointing up, arms parallel to the mat. And then guide your right knee, right hip slightly to the back. On your next inhalation, come back through center. And then as you exhale, twist your chest to the right, guide your right arm to the back, left forward. And this time left hip, left knee slightly to the back. The crown of the head is reaching up, so imagine that you could grow even taller from the base of the spine. Inhale, come back through center. And then as you exhale, release the arms in front of your chest. Start pressing into the ball of the feet, and then slowly lift yourself into a standing position. You are still on your toes. Extend the arms above the head. And then as you exhale, imagine that you have a wall behind you. Start bending the knees and slide down this imaginary wall. Pull the knees together, slow it down. And then deliver the hips on top of the heels. Lower the knees back on the mat. Hands under the shoulders, extend the top of the feet on the mat. Inhale, open your chest. And then as you exhale, chin to the chest, tuck your tailbone under, round the back body. Inhale, open. And exhale. Create space in between the shoulder blades. Keep going. Inhale, open. Exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Come back through center, neutral spine. Once again, tuck the toes under, really press the mat away from you, and start lifting the knees. Make your way into your plank pose. So once again, the separation of the shoulder blades is happening. You are scooping your abs, shoulders on top of the wrist creases. Spread the fingers wide and just look at the mat. Try to find length in your spine. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the heels to the right. Extend the left arm above the head. Just hold. Guide the right hip away from the mat. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the left hand back on the mat, back through center. And then drop the heels to the left. Extend the right arm up. Keep lifting the left hip away from the mat, creating this rainbow-like shape with the left side of the waist. Inhale. Right fingers are reaching up. As you exhale, release the right hand on the mat. Make your way into your plank position and just hold. Breathe. Inhale. As you exhale, make your way into your downward facing dog. If you need to bend the knees, bend your knees. Press into the hands. Lift your sit bones even higher and pull them to the back. Spread the shoulder blades. And just breathe. Take one more deep breath in. Long, slow exhalation. And again, in and out. One more. On your next inhalation, look to the front of the mat. Step, hop in between your hands, and then immediately halfway lift. Adjust your hands, elongate the spine. As you exhale, guide your belly towards your thighs. Once again, maybe the knees are bent here. And on your next inhalation, make your way into a standing position. Arms above the head, make your way on your toes. Squeeze your glutes. Shoulders stay on top of the hips. And then once again, start bending your knees. Slowly, take your time. And then lower the hips on top of the heels. Drop the heels. Lower your hips on the mat. Hands under the shoulders. Fingers are pointing towards the heels. Tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, lift your glutes. Open your chest. Maybe drop the head to the back. Inhale. And then as you exhale, release the hips back on the mat. Open your knees so you're creating some space for the chest with or without the use of the hands. Make your way on your toes. On your next inhalation, start lifting, extending the arms above the head. Slow it down. You are in your standing position on your toes. As you exhale, drop the heels and then drop the hands back on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, hands come back on the mat and then 2 steps to the back of the mat. Find your plank. Drop the knees if you need. Just hold. Welcome one more intentional, conscious inhalation. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows. Point the elbows to the back. Don't drop the hips first. Hover above the mat. 1, 2, 3. Inhale, upward facing dog. Engage the glutes, meaning squeeze your butt cheeks. Lift the thighs, the knees from the mat. As you exhale, downward facing dog. And just hold. Add some movement. Maybe you prefer to stay still. This is completely up to you. See if you can point the elbow creases towards each other, slightly pigeon toe your feet. And just breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, look to the front of the mat. You can step or hop in between your hands. Once again, immediately halfway lift. Exhale, belly towards your thighs. On your next inhalation, make your way into a standing position. Arms above the head, and then make your way on your toes. Lift your heels away from the mat. Engage the glutes. Find your balance. Engage your core. And then slowly start sliding down this imaginary wall. So without hinging forward, slow it down. Take your time. Deliver the hips on top of the heels. Drop the heels. Drop the glutes on the mat. Hands under the shoulders, fingers pointing forward. And then inhale, open your chest. Drop the head to the back if it feels comfortable. Squeeze your glutes. The kneecaps are pointing forward. On your next inhalation, extend the left leg above your left hip. So toes are pointing to the ceiling. And then bend your left knee. Drop the left ankle on top of the right knee. And allow your left knee to drop to the mat. As you exhale, Release the glutes on the mat. And you can adjust here. You can walk your heel a bit closer to the right glute without leaning to the back. So use your hands to elongate the spine, guiding the left knee away from you, left heel towards you. Keep your chest open. Inhale. And exhale. Once again, press your right foot into the mat and then lift your hips. Once again, extend the left leg. Flex your left foot, exhale, drop your left foot next to the right foot. Lift your hips even more. And then as you exhale, release your glutes close to the heels. Keep the knees open and then make your way on your toes once again. Extend the arms above the head and start lifting, making your way into a standing position on your toes. As you exhale, release the heels and drop your hands on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, hands drop on the mat once again. 2 steps, hop to the back of the mat. Find your plank. Meet the shape. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga, hold. Scoop your abs, tuck your tailbone under, 2, 1. Inhale, upward facing dog. Extend the elbows, the top of the feet on the mat, pull the shoulders to the back, pull the head to the back. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Long inhalation. Slow, long exhalation. And again. Wrap your shoulders around, sternum drops to the mat. Belly towards the thighs. Can you press into the hands even more? Long inhalation will make our way to the front of the mat and then halfway lift immediately. So as you inhale, look to the front of the mat, step, hop in between the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, belly towards your thighs. On your next inhalation, make your way into a standing position, arms above the head, lift your heels. Hold. As you exhale, start bending the knees. Pull the knees together, shift the shoulders to the back, lower with control, lower. Stable point of gaze on the mat. And then drop the heels. Drop the hips on the mat. You can use the hands, of course. And then place the hands under the shoulders. Inhale, lift your glutes. Keep scooping your abs. Engage the glutes even more at the top. Maybe drop the head to the back. On your next inhalation, lift your right foot. Extend the right leg as much as it's possible. As you exhale, right ankle on top of the left knee. Flex your right foot. Lift the hips even more. Allow the right knee to drop to the mat. As you exhale, drop the hips on the mat. Maybe left heel is close to the left glute. You can adjust. You can walk your heel closer to the glute or hands towards your hips, just as I did. And just hold. If you see that you are leaning to the back, can you lift your chest a bit more? Can you open through the chest, widen through the collarbones? Take one more inhalation. One more exhalation. Adjust if you have walked your hips, your heel to the hips or hands towards your glutes. And then press into the left foot, lift your hips once again. Extend your right leg above the head, above your hips. Flex your right foot and then drop the right foot next to the left foot. Lift your hips even more at the top and then as you exhale, lower your hips next to the heels. Spread your knees so you're creating space for the chest and make your way on your toes. As you inhale, arms above the head and start lifting. Take your time. Lift, lift, lift. As you exhale, drop the heels, hands on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, hands stay on the mat, and then step up to the back of the mat. Find your plank. If you're in your chaturanga, then you'll wait a bit longer. Inhale. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows. Chaturanga. 3, 2, 1. Don't arch your lower back yet, and then inhale, upward facing dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Once again, notice all of the points of contact of your body and the mat, your hands pressing into the mat, your feet. See if you can balance it out and maybe press the feet even more, shifting the weight to the back, shifting the hips to the back, elongating the arms, the shoulders, the muscles along the spine. On your next inhalation, look to the front of the mat, and then big step hop in between the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, belly towards your thighs. On your next inhalation, make your way into a standing position. Arms above the head. And then pull your right knee to the chest. As you exhale, drop the right foot to the left side of the mat, so on top of your left leg, and lower your hands on the mat. On your next inhalation, extend the left arm above the head, opening the chest to the left. Hold. Make sure that you are not hyperextending the left leg. Of course, block under the right hand if you need it. Inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the left hand back on the mat. Shift the weight on the ball of the right foot, and then sweep your right leg to the back. Start bending the right knee, and then drop it so it lands behind the right wrist. Shift the weight on the right glute, bend your left knee, and you're creating 90-degree angle with both legs. With or without the use of the hands. Start lifting the knees, turning to the left, and then to the back of the mat, drop the knees. And again, lift the knees, come back through center, and then drop the knees. You're facing the front of the mat once again. And again, lift, and then to the back. And then lift the knees, drop them, front of the mat. One more. This time, come back through center. The feet are more or less as wide as the hips. We have been here in a way. Drop the hands under the shoulders. Press your feet into the mat, and then lift the hips. Open the chest. Slide the shoulder blades together. On your next inhalation, extend the left leg above the head, above your hips. Lift the glutes even more. And then bend your left knee and drop the left shin on the mat. This can be very intense for the quads. So just see how far you can go, and then start lowering the hips. You are sitting on top of the left heel. Shift the shoulders on top of the hips. Inhale, extend the right arm above the head. Right foot stays on the mat. As you exhale, start guiding the belly towards the left thigh. Maybe extend the right arm to the right, under the right knee. And then bend your right elbow. You can extend the left arm to the left and then bend it. Maybe connect the hands behind your back. And just hold. If you are not connecting the hands, that's more than okay. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Release the bind. Lift your shoulders on top of the hips. And then shift the weight on the right foot. The top of the left foot will stay on the mat, and make your way into a standing position. And again, bend both of the knees, deliver the left knee, sit on top of the heel. And again, press into the right foot, make your way into a standing position, stretching the top of the left foot. And then lower back on the mat. Once again, press into the right heel, right foot, lift, and then slowly make your way back on the mat. Drop the hands under the shoulders. Press the right foot in the floor, the mat, and then start lifting the hips. And then lift the left foot from the mat, extend the left leg. As you exhale, drop the left foot next to the right foot. And then once again, start lowering your hips, creating this 90-90 shape with your legs. You're facing to the back of the mat. From here, sweep your legs so you're facing the front of the mat. And then shift the weight on the right glute. Lift the left knee from the mat, the left leg from the mat. And then place the left foot in front of you. You can guide this right heel a bit closer to the left glute. Shift the weight on the left foot. And then make your way into a standing position. Right knee to the chest. Hands in front of you. Flex your right foot, right ankle on top of the left knee. Bend your left knee. Belly towards the left thigh. Keep your chest open. Send your glutes to the back. If you need to support yourself with your hands, drop them on the floor or on the block. Allow the right knee to drop to the mat. Keep opening through the chest. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, start lifting. Pull the right knee to the chest. And then big step with your right foot to the back of the mat. Lower the right knee on the mat and then extend the arms above the head. Open through the chest. Press the hip bones forward. Maybe the left knee will come in front of the toes. And then from here, as you exhale, start extending the left leg. Sit on top of the right heel. From here, you will drop the right heel if possible. Maybe the hands on top of the blocks or on top of the mat. We'll see. The left heel can stay on the mat, or you can leave the left foot from the mat. You are really pressing the thigh bone into a hip socket, engaging the lower abs, the top of the thigh. If you can lift to a standing position without the hands, great. I cannot show you that. But maybe you can. Press into the right foot. Make your way into a standing position. Flex your left foot, hands in front of the chest. Bend your right knee, step your left foot in front of you. Extend the arms above the head, drop your right heel. Keep your hips square, so right hip bone forward, left to the back. Micro bend in your left knee, and then dive your belly towards your left thigh. Hands on the mat. Once again, maybe hands on top of the blocks. If it's super difficult, maybe adjust your feet. Maybe step your right foot a bit more to the right, a bit more forward. See how that feels. If it's not possible, lift your right heel so you can square the hips a bit more. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, release towards your left leg. Right hip forward, left to the back. Inhale. And exhale. This time, right hand will stay on the block or on the mat, or you can place it on the outside of the left foot. And then extend your left arm above the head, open the chest to the left. Maybe look towards your left fingers. Once again, think of the crown of the head reaching forward, so you are finding length in the spine. Stacking the left shoulder on top of the right one. Notice what's happening in your left knee. You don't want to hyperextend. If looking at your left fingers is too much, then just look at the mat. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, release the left hand on the mat, adjust the right hand. Take a moment here, one deep breath in. Exhale. On your next inhalation, shift the weight on the left foot and then lift your right leg, making your way into a standing split. Keep lifting the right toes. Breathe. Once again, as you exhale, drop the right toes on the mat and then sweep your left leg to the back, making your way into your one-legged downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, shift your shoulders on top of the wrists, one-legged plank, and just hold here. If you need, drop your right knee. If you can, extend the right arm, lift the right hand from the mat. So extend the arm to the front of the mat. Find your balance. Breathe. Inhale. As you exhale, right hand comes back on the mat. Bend your left knee and then tap your left toes to the right and then back through center. Pull your left knee to the left tricep. Maybe stay here, maybe right knee on the mat. Maybe you will bend your elbows. Maybe you will start shifting the chest forward so you can lift your right foot. Maybe you can extend the left leg. So you are being supported by your elbows. Elbows are pointing to the back, to the midline of the mat. Keep your chest open. Inhale. Exhale, drop the right foot. Bend your left knee, extend the elbows. And then from here, pull your right heel to the glute. Drop your left foot to the right. Shift the weight on your right hand. Make your way into a seated position. Left foot is on the mat. The outside of the left foot is aligned with your outer hip. Flex your right foot. Right hand can stay on next to the hip on the mat. Inhale, left arm above the head. As you exhale, belly towards the right thigh, opportunity to take a bind once again. So first guide your left arm to the left and then bend your left elbow. Same thing with the right arm, but guide it to the right, then bend. Maybe connect your fingers. Maybe you can grab with the left hand to your right wrist. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, belly towards your right thigh. And just hold. Breathe. Don't worry if you are not in the center of the mat, we'll come back there. One more inhalation. One more exhalation. On your next inhalation, lift your chest. Release your arms. Right hand comes back on the mat, fingers pointing to the front of the mat. And then left hand will come back on the mat. You will start lifting the hips. Lift the right heel and then pull your right knee to the chest. Find your plank. Drop the right knee if needed and just extend the left leg and make sure that the hips are not moving, so it's not downward facing dog with your left leg lifted. We are still in the plank, so shoulders on top of the wrist. Check this alignment and then pull the knee to the chest. Extend, just the leg moves. Knee to the chest and again extend and bend. Extend, hold. Flex your left foot. Drop the toes next to the right toes. Hold, plank. Inhale. As you exhale, chaturanga, bend your elbows, shift the chest forward, extend the elbows, upward dog. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Child's pose is always available. If you need to pause the video, take a break. Feel free to do that, it's your practice. Press into the hands, lift the hips even more. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale, aware of each breath, enjoying each breath. On your next inhalation, look to the front of the mat. Step, hop, make your way in between your hands. And on your next inhalation, make your way into a standing position, arms above the head as you pull your left knee to the chest. Micro bend in the right knee as you exhale, left toes to the right side of the mat. Drop the hands on the mat or on top of the blocks. Inhale, extend the right arm above the head as you twist your chest to the right. Make sure that you are not pressing the right knee too much to the back. Maybe look at your right fingers. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, lower the right hand back on the mat. Shift the weight on the ball of the left foot. And then lift your right foot. Step it to the back as you bend your left knee. Lower it behind your left wrist. Shift the weight on the left glute. Bend your right knee. We are once again in this 90-90 position with the legs. And then lift your knees, twist your chest to the right or open your chest to the right, and then drop the knees, same position to the back of the mat. And again, lift the knees to the front of the mat. You can support yourself with your hands or without, and then to the back of the mat. And again, through center, and then back to the front of the mat. This time, lift your knees, and then drop the feet on the mat. Drop the hands under the shoulders. Lift your hips. Squeeze your glutes. Tuck the tailbone under. Breathe. Inhale, extend the right leg. Lift your right foot, point your toes. And then as you exhale, pull the right heel to the glute. And then lower the hips on top of the right hip. Sorry, on top of the right heel. So you are sitting on top of the right heel. Shift the shoulders on top of the hips. Left foot is flat on the mat. Inhale, extend the left arm above the head. As you exhale, belly towards the right thigh. Maybe just hands on the mat. Maybe you extend them to the sides. And then bend the elbows, connect the fingers, connect the palms of the hands. So once again, you're prioritizing the length in the spine. It doesn't matter how low you can go with your belly towards the thigh. If you are pretty low though, you can rest your head on the floor. One inhalation. One exhalation. As you inhale, lift your chest. Shift the shoulders on top of the hips. With or without the use of the hands, press your left heel, left foot to the mat. And then the top of the right foot stays on the mat. Make your way into a standing position and bend your right knee, bend your left knee, hips on top of the right heel. Again, inhale, press your left foot to the mat, stand up. Exhale, hips on top of the right heel. One more, keep the top of the right foot on the mat to lift. You are in your standing position. And then lower. Hands come back under the shoulders. Fingers are pointing forward. On your next inhalation, leave the hips. Squeeze the glutes, getting deeper into the quad. Opening through the chest. Lifting the chest even more. And then as you inhale, leave the hips, extend the right leg. Hold. As you exhale, drop the right foot next to the left foot. Lift your hips even more. As you exhale, release the hips back on the mat to the back of the mat. You are opening your chest to the back of the mat, facing the back of the mat. This 90-90 position on the mat. Once again, lift your knees. And then drop the knees. You are facing the front of the mat once again. Engage the glute, the outer thigh of the right leg. Shift the weight of the left hip. And then step your right foot in front of you. You can walk your left heel a bit closer to the right glute. And then press into the right foot. Once again, of course, you can use your hands. So you are kneeling on the left knee, right foot in front of the left foot. And then lift your chest to lift yourself from the mat. Lift your left knee to the chest and then rest your left ankle on top of the right knee. Allow the left knee to drop to the mat, belly towards the thigh. Keep opening through the chest, widening through the collarbones. Elbows are aligned with your wrists. So maybe lower the hands a bit more. If you need, you can drop the hands on the blocks or on the mat. Hold. Inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, start lifting. Once again, pull the knee to the chest. And then big step with your left toes to the back. Drop your left knee, arms above the head. Lower the hips to the front of the mat. Maybe your right knee is in front of your toes. Long lower back. And then as you exhale, start sending your hips to the back on top of the left heel. Extend your right leg. And then maybe lower the left heel. Maybe it's not happening, that's okay. Maybe you need to reposition yourself, adjusting using your hands. Also great. The right heel may stay on the mat, or maybe you can lift it. You can use your hands here. Again, I cannot show you without the hands. You can point your toes and then make your way into a standing position. Find your balance. Hands in front of the chest. Flex your right foot, bend your left knee, and see how lightly you can deliver the right foot to the front of the mat. Maybe drop the left heel, but keep your hips square, so this time left hip forward, right to the back. Inhale. Arms above the head. As you exhale, start reaching forward first with your chest and then belly towards the right thigh as you release the hands on the mat or on the blocks. Take a moment here to check in with yourself. Come back to your breath. Slow it down. Inhale. And exhale. And again, inhale. And long, slow exhalation. Shift the weight on the right foot, on your hands. Oh, sorry, drop the left heel if you have lifted it. We have twist here. So step your left hand on the outside of the right foot. And on your inhalation, open the chest to the right, right arm above the head. Maybe you look towards the ceiling, towards your right fingers. See if you can guide the right shoulder blade even closer to the spine. Breathe. Of course, if placing the hand on the outside of the right foot is too much, then place it on the inside, maybe even on the block. Try to keep the right leg extended so you're getting deeper into the hamstrings. And keep inviting the left hip bone forward, right to the back. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the right hand on the mat. Adjust the left hand, and this time shift the weight on the right foot. We are going to a standing split, so maybe blocks under the hands. And then leave the left foot from the mat, standing split. As you exhale, drop the left toes to the back of the mat. And then sweep your right leg to the back, one-legged downward facing dog. Inhale, shift the shoulders on top of the wrists. Hold. Bend your right knee. Heel to the glute and then tap your right foot to the left. Drop the left heel on the mat. And then come back through center. Pull your right knee to the right elbow, maybe to the right tricep. And option to stay here, drop the left knee if you need, or bend the elbows. Elbows are pointing to the back. Keep your chest open, stay here, or shift the chest forward. Maybe lift the left foot from the mat. Maybe extend the right leg. Keep pressing the mat away from you. You're resting your waist on your left elbow, right thigh on the right elbow, and then drop the left foot, bend your right knee, extend the elbows. Send your right leg to the back, hips stay still. Bend your right knee, drop the left heel, right foot to the left, and then sit back facing the back of the mat. Okay, the outside of the right foot is aligned with your outer hip, so don't pull it too close to the inner thigh because you are blocking the space for your belly. Flex your left foot. Inhale. Right arm above the head, left hand next to the hip. As you exhale, belly towards your left thigh. And maybe you'll just stay here. Maybe one more bind. Right arm to the right, left arm to the left. And then connect the hands. Grab to the opposite wrist. Come back to your breath. Moment of stillness. Long inhalation. Long exhalation. On your next inhalation, release. Lift your chest. Lower the left hand on the mat, fingers are pointing forward. And then the right hand comes back on the mat, so you are in a twist here. Lower the lateral side of the left foot on the mat, and then start lifting the hips. And pull your right heel to the glute, find your plank. Once again, drop the left knee if you need. Pull the right knee to the chest, hips don't move. Shift the shoulders even more forward. And then extend the right leg and bend. Extend and bend. One more. Extend. Flex your right toes. Drop the right toes next to the left ones. Scoop your abs. There's no arch in your lower back. Inhale. As you exhale, shift the chest slightly forward. Bend your elbows. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just breathe. Again, child's pose is an option. Maybe you can lower the belly towards your thighs. Maybe you can lift the hips even more. Point your elbows away from each other. Breathe. Long inhalation through the nose. And long, slow exhalation. And then start walking your hands to the back of the mat. You can place your hands on your shins, your ankles. You can grab to the big toes with your 2 fingers. Or place the hands under the soles of the feet. Toes are reaching, touching to your wrist creases. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Bend your knees if you need. Exhale, belly towards your thighs. Relax the neck. Maybe Ujjayi breath. Long inhalation, constriction of the throat. Long, slow exhalation. And then release one hand at a time. And start bending your knees as you send your hips on top of the heels. Lift your heels from the mat. Once again, tap the knees to the mat and then pull the knees to the chest. Tap, knees to the chest. Find a stable point of gaze. Tap, and knees to the chest. Tap, knees to the chest. Tap, drop the hands on the mat. Keep your toes tucked under. Lift yourself into your plank. Hold. Knees can stay on the mat if needed. Breathe. Can you tuck the tailbone under even more, connecting the lower ribs and the hip bones? Navel to the spine. Inhale. Exhale, drop the heels to the right. Extend the left arm above the head. You can stay here. You can drop the right knee on the mat. You can also lift your left leg, making your way into your star shape. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the left foot in front of the right foot if you have lifted your foot. And then lower the left hand through center, heels to the left, right arm up, lift your hips. Of course, drop the bottom knee if needed, or lift your right foot, point your toes, hold. Long inhalations, don't lose your breath, even longer exhalations. Practice of awareness. Inhale. Exhale, drop the right foot in front of the left foot. Right hand back on the mat. You are in your plank position. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last downward dog of the practice. Inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, look to the front of the mat. Step, hop, make your way in between your hands. As you exhale, drop the hips to the mat, make your way into a seated position. Hands under the shoulders, fingers pointing forward. On your next inhalation, tuck the tailbone under, lift your hips. Squeeze the glutes, inner thighs are working. As you exhale, send your hips towards the heels and then drop the hips on the mat. Inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, bend your elbows, point them to the back. Keep lifting your chest. Bend your elbows as much as it feels comfortable. And just breathe. Maybe close your eyes, maybe lift the chest even more. Inhale. And exhale. Extend the elbows and then move your hips to the center of the mat. I will turn so I can face you. Stay exactly as you are. And then place your left ankle on top of the right knee. First variation, we have been here. You can just hang out here, adjust your right foot, walk it closer to the hip, and you are elongating the spine, widening through the collarbones. If you want to go deeper, walk your right foot to the left, lower the right knee, left heel is on top of the right knee. Maybe you will grab a block here, place it on top of the right foot under the left knee. Maybe stay here. Maybe you can lower the left knee on top of the right heel. Maybe shoulders on top of the hips. Maybe you will start bending from the hips. You can lower the forearms on top of the bolster, on top of the blocks. You can rest your head on top of the blocks. Or if your body allows, go all the way down. Shins are parallel to the shorter edge of the mat. There should be no pain in your knees. Just breathe in and out, breath by breath. Enjoy each of those breaths. Inhale and exhale. As you inhale, slowly start lifting your chest. And then lift your right knee. If you have dropped it, walk the right foot to the right. Lower the left foot in front of you. We are switching to the other side. Right ankle on top of the left knee. And once again, feel free to stay here at just the left foot. If it's too much, you can even walk your left foot forward. You can also make your way on your back. Walk your left foot to the right if it's within your practice. Right heel on top of the left knee. Lower the left knee. Maybe right knee on top of the bolster block. Maybe the right knee on top of the left foot. Inhale, long spine. You can stay here. Or with your exhalation, belly towards your thighs. Any support under the forearms, under the head, under the hands. Just rest. Breathe. Inhale. Long exhale. On your next inhalation, make your way into a seat with your chest lifted, shoulders on top of the hips. And then start lifting the left knee. Walk your left foot to the left side. Drop the right foot in front of you. And then allow the knees to drop to the right, to the left. Maybe close your eyes. And just swing your knees from side to side. Then come back for center, hands under the knees, and make your way on your back. Pull the knees to the chest. Hold for a moment. Inhale. As you exhale, extend the legs, extend the arms. Shavasana. Soften. Relax. Let go. Inhale and exhale. Once again, scan your body, noticing if there are any areas that you could soften, that you could relax. Come back to your breath. Before I let you go to be still in silence, we are going to add some gentle breath work. If you want to place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, feel free to do that. If it allows you to control your breath a bit more, breathe deeper. We are going to take inhalation through the nose for 2. and out through the mouth for 2. We are going to repeat it, and then we are going to add breath retention for 2 at the top. So inhale 2, hold 2, exhale 4. And then we are going to let go, and I will just let you be in your Shavasana. So let's meet at the bottom of your exhalation. Inhale 2, exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale to your belly 2, exhale 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, exhale 2, 3, 4. Deep breath into your belly. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, hold 2, exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, hold 2, exhale 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, hold 2, exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Big breath in all the way up to the top without counting. Out through the mouth. And again in, out. And again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then let it go. Come back to the natural breath. Maybe reposition yourself once again. And just breathe. As always, stay in your Shavasana as long as you want to. But if you feel ready to start wrapping up this practice, start slowly, start adding gentle movements. Make them gradually bigger. Maybe lay on your side. Take your time here. And whenever you feel ready, sit on the mat once again with your legs crossed. And you may place the palms of the hands together in front of you. Thank yourself for this practice. And thank you for practicing together. Namaste.